party or something? You know what my mother used to call me?
What's up, everybody, and thank you for watching ReelTime for the real everyday movie fan. I'm Ryan Murphy.
And I'm Josh Williams.
And today we're giving you a real-time review of The Neon Demon. This film is one that Josh got to see, and I did not. If you tune in to our next video, is my review of Free State of Jones, but first we're going to do this one. So, Neon Demon was directed by Nicolas Winding Refn, if that's how you say his name. It stars Elle Fanning, Jena Malone, Abbey Lee, Bella Heathcote, Christina Hendricks, and Keanu Reeves. Really?
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Wow, okay. So, Josh, you saw this movie. You had some good things to say about it. What are your thoughts? First initial thoughts. First of all, what's your rating? What rating?
Oh, yeah, my rating. I'm going to give the rating a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10, okay.
I might be a little low because I'm still digesting the movie. Mm-hmm. Okay, my first thoughts. Disturbing, complex, visually stunning, and just outright weird. But this movie is very disturbing. I mean, especially at the ending scenes of this movie, you're just, I remember the last 20, 25 minutes of the movie, I'm just like, oh my God, what? But to me in a good way. I like things like that where like a director pushes the bounds of a movie and really tries his hardest to really open the scope as far as types of directing and types of scenes to make in a movie, and I appreciated it.
Hasn't really gotten any love from the Academy yet.
It really, he hasn't, which is weird, but I mean, maybe it's because in most movies you have visual and verbal storytelling, where his is almost all visual, literally, in his storytelling, and most people like it, some people like it, most people hate it. I'm one of the people who actually appreciates it, because it's not, I don't often very much see these types of movies. But let's get right into it. I'll start off with some of my things I didn't like necessarily per se, is I will admit it is a little weird and disturbing in some sense, especially some of the earlier scenes where you're not sure what the heck is going on as far as certain scenes, because since he's such a big visual storyteller, you'll be like, well, maybe there's something here, then later on you're not sure if that was even relevant or not. But it was very weird to see. And it might turn some people off in the movie because literally some people are just going to be turned off by the movie, how disturbing it can be. And then, again, going back to the heavy storytelling, some people will probably get turned off by this, I think. Because there are scenes in the beginning, middle, and end where you're contemplating whether it's any relevant to the story, or if there is, where is it? And it might turn people off because some people just want to go and enjoy a movie where they'll have some exposition and visual storytelling, but this is just all pure visual, and it might just kind of piss people off. So I think that is kind of negative for me, even though I didn't mind it. And there was a couple scenes where I was even wondering, where's the relevance? I'm sure it's there, but where is it? But I kind of appreciated it throughout.
The positives, though.
I did say the visual storytelling, some people will get turned off. Overall, though, I applaud Nicolas Refn's drive to really make this a very complex and dynamic.
No pun intended.
And dynamic, yeah, that's true. And dynamic storytelling of a movie. It's his brilliant use of camera shots. There in the beginning sequence, it's not really a spoiler of how the scene's going, but it's Elle Fanning's character Jesse meets Jena Malone's character Ruby for the first time. It's like one of the opening scenes of the movie. But how they're meeting, there's mirrors on each side, and he uses the camera to basically shoot the mirror, and you see their faces, but you also see the side of their heads, and you see Elle Fanning's character in the background. It just goes back and forth in that sense, and I thought it was brilliantly shot. And there's other scenes like that where the use of the camera angles and how he places the camera was just amazing in my opinion. But the biggest thing for me is the cinematography. I hope and pray that he gets an Oscar nod. The vast palette of colors in this movie and the lighting and shadows that were used in this movie was just beautiful throughout the entireness of the movie. It kept me so engaged and I was so captivated by it that I couldn't stop watching, no matter if I was disturbed or not in certain scenes. And it just was absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. And of course the cast.
The cast was really great. I mean, I'm not going to go into too many of them. I'll just go into two standouts. To me, the two standouts were Elle Fanning as Jessie. She was amazing in this movie. Probably I won't say her best performance because she was really great in Trumbo, but her subtletyness of visual storytelling as far as her acting is concerned, and how she's feeling in certain scenes, where she really let you know how she felt, and the subtleness of her facial expressions really took to me because it really drove me into the movie because I wanted to know what she's feeling, and I loved it. She did a great job. And surprisingly, the biggest standout was Jena Malone. Maybe not so much more Elle Fanning because I still feel like she was the star and she did a great job, but her character was so dynamic, so complex. And Jena Malone's, again, visual storytelling of her character through her acting skills really showed. Throughout the entirety of the movie, you got to know her more. You got to know not necessarily her motives or what she's all about, but that's toward the end. But you really get to know the complexity of her character, and it's pretty damn disturbing. I will say, there's a scene in this movie, I'm not going to spoil it, there's a scene in this movie where she does something with something, and it's very disturbing. Like, you're watching it, you're disturbed, but you're captivated at her performance. It's weird. And that's how it is in the entirety of this movie.
Cool. All right, so overall, you said 7.5 out of 10. Seems a little bit low for how much you're talking it up, man.
It is. Now, actually, I think it's because I'm still letting this digest. Because there were certain points where I was getting frustrated with the visual storytelling, because there were times where I wasn't sure, like, does this have any relevance at all to the story? It's just a weird sequence. And that kind of did, like, take me down a little bit. That's kind of why I did that. But the ending scene of this movie is extremely hardcore disturbing. It probably pushes the bounds of anything I've seen this year. But if you're not our house type of like movie fan, don't go see it. And if you're not a fan of any of his movies, if you ever heard of any of them, this is not going to change your mind on whether he's a good director or not, or a good movie storyteller or not. So in that case, don't. But in my opinion, if you like any kind of these movies, I will say check it out once for yourself. Just once. In the theater, and judge for yourself whether you like this movie or not. Because I personally did really like it. Even though I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, it's still sticking with me today, right now. Even though I just saw it yesterday, I was thinking about it all night last night. And again, just see it once for yourself and judge and let us know what you thought.
All right. That'll do us for today, folks. Thank you for watching. What did you think of the Neon Demon? If you saw it, please leave your comments in the section below and subscribe to our channel so you can receive more of our content in the future. Until next time, I'm Ryan Murphy.
And I'm Josh Williams.
And thank you for keeping it real.
With ReelTime.